Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. So now we're going to do tutorial discussion for chapter 8, focusing on the subtopic of 8.1 nomenclature and 8.2 physical properties of alcohol. We're going to focus on four questions, which is tutorial question 1, tutorial question 2, tutorial question 3, and tutorial question 4 respectively. So without any further ado, let us start. So for tutorial question 1, we have to classify the following compound as primary, secondary, or tertiary alcohol and give their arithmetic name. So for the structure A here, we're going to have a hydroxyl group here and it is attached to this structure here. So first we have to identify their alcohol. So we need to look at the carbon that is attached to the OH group. Okay, so this carbon, if we were to expand the structure, it's going to be having H and H here. And this carbon going to be attaching with one big alkyl group here. So this carbon here going to be a primary alcohol. Okay. Now we're going to do the naming for the structure here. So the naming and the numbering should start from the carbon that is attached with the hydroxyl group. And we need to find the longest carbon chain. So this carbon going to be a carbon number 1, carbon number 2, and if I were to go on the left hand side, it's going to be 3 and 4 and stop here. Or if I go up, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3 and stop there. Okay. If I were to go down, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So I know that this is my longest carbon chain. Okay. And at carbon number 2, they're going to be attaching at two substituents. So they're going to be a methyl group and also as the ethyl group. Okay. So it's going to be a pentanol, one pentanol, and then at carbon number 2 it's going to be attaching with ethyl and methyl. Okay, so you can do the naming as 1 pentanol as the parent name because of 5 carbon, and then we're going to follow the alphabetical order. So we write ethyl first and then methyl, and at carbon number 2 ethyl is being attached, and same goes to the methyl here. So it's going to be 2 ethyl, 2 methyl, 1 pentanol. Okay, so it's going to be 2 methyl, 2 ethyl, 1 pentanol. And for this carbon here, it's the same as the above, where the carbon going to be attached with hydrogen and attached with hydrogen, and then it's going to attach with all these alkyl group. So it's going to be attached with one alkyl group, and hence is a primary alcohol. Okay, now we're going to do the naming for the structure here. So as before, we have to do the numbering from the carbon that is first attached with the OH group because this is the functional group and the priority. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and I cannot go down because it is still very short. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so the numbering going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here and not into the benzene ring. So the benzene ring here going to be the substituent. Okay, and at the same time, this should not be our parent name because it does not contain any special name or any important functional group. For the aliphatic, even though it have a 6 carbon chain, which is the same as in benzene, but it has a functional group here. Okay, and therefore this is going to be the priority. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be hexanol, and at carbon number 3, it's going to be attaching with the methyl group, and at carbon number 4 it's going to be attaching with the phenyl group. Okay, so phenyl going to have a C6H5 substituent. Okay, so yes, do it like before. So what you're going to get at the end is 1 hexanol, 1 hexanol as a parent name, And then at carbon number 4, you're going to be attaching with phenyl and 3-methyl as the other substituent. Okay, now for the structure F here. So the same one, we need to do the classification. But as what you can see here, the OH is attached at carbon, carbon double bond. So there's going to be no classification and they are a phenol because OH is attached directly to the benzene ring. And as for the naming, this is going to be named as phenol because it has the special name. And at carbon number, this carbon you're going to take number 1, number 2, and number 3. So at carbon number 3, they're going to be attached with isopropyl. Okay, and as mentioned, the isopropyl should have the Y shape. CH3 here, CH3 here, and C with hydrogen here. Okay, so it's gonna be 3-isopropyl phenol, or you can do it as M-isopropyl phenol because it refers to 1,3-isopropyl phenol. Okay, the similar thing that what you have learned in benzene, where M here refers to meta, which is 1,3, ortho refer to 1,2, and para refer to 1,4. Okay. Okay, so for tutorial question 2, the following names are incorrect. So we have to draw the structural formulae and give the correct IUPAC names. So first we have 2-hydroxycyclohexanol. So there is something wrong with the name. So in order to understand more about this, we have to draw the structure again. So we have the cyclohexanol, and then at the carbon number 2, it's going to be attached with the hydroxy group. Okay. So this name here is wrong because when there is 2 OH group, it's not gonna be all. It should be a diol. Okay, so instead of naming it as 2-hydroxycyclohexanol, we're supposed to name it as 1,2-cyclohexene diol. Okay, and not 2-hydroxycyclohexanol. Okay, so this is the structure. And then the naming is supposed to be 1,2-cyclohexene diol. Now for question 2b, we have 6-methyl 3-ethyl cyclohexanol. And the same one, we have to draw the structure first in order to understand the situation. So cyclohexanol OH here, and at carbon number 1, 2, and 3, we're going to have an ethyl group. And at carbon number 6, 4, 5, 6, it's going to be attaching with CH3. Okay, so this is what the structure is, but then the naming here are wrong. Okay, so let's draw it again here. So if I were to go on the right hand side, I will get 1, 3, and 6. Okay, and if I were to count the number of locant, I will get 1, 3, and 6, which is 10. However, when doing the naming, we have to select the lowest set of locant. So instead of using on the right hand side, maybe I can go on the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so if I were to do that, I will get a total of 8. So I should follow this direction and not this direction. Okay, so this is the correct numbering. Okay, and the other mistake is the ethyl here. Okay, so ethyl is there earlier in the alphabetical order, so ethyl should be at the front and methyl should be at the back. Okay, so it's gonna be 5-ethyl 2-methyl cyclohexanol. Okay, so it's gonna be 5-ethyl because it's E, 2-methyl, and cyclohexanol. Alright. Now for tutorial question 3, we have to arrange the following compound in the increasing order of boiling point. Explain your answer. So we have 1,2-ethanediol, we have N-butane, 1-propanol, and 1,3-propanediol. So as what you can see here, this structure here going to be different. So what we can do first is we can try to figure out what are the factors that affecting the boiling point. So as what you can see from the name itself, so diol going to have 2 OH group. Propanol going to have 1 OH group. Butane will have 0 OH group, none, okay. And ethanediol going to have 2 OH group. So maybe the first factor here is the presence of the hydrogen bonding because of the OH group. The second factors that might apply here is the molecular weight because they are coming from a different carbon chain. Okay, so what you can say here is that the boiling point will increase with increasing number of the hydrogen bond due to the presence of OH group. Okay, and the boiling point will also be affected when there is increase in the strength of the van der Waals forces, where the van der Waals forces gonna be influenced by the increase in the molecular size or weight. And you know that the effect of the hydrogen bonding will be much stronger than the van der Waals forces. Okay, so in order to understand this question better, let us draw into the structure. So first 1,3-propanediol. So 1,3-propanediol, you have a 3 carbon, and then at carbon number 1 and carbon number 3, you're going to be attached with a OH group. Okay, and this is going to have a molecular weight. If you were to count them, you will have a 76 gram per mole, and they will have 2 OH group. For the next structure, which is 1,2-ethanediol, it's going to have 2 carbon chain, 1 and 2, and then at each carbon chain is going to be having OH and OH here. Okay, and they will have a molecular weight of 62, and they're going to have 2 OH group. For 1-propanol, it is a 3 carbon chain, and at carbon number 1, they're going to be attaching with OH. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and carbon number 1 attached with OH. And the molecular weight here is 60 gram per mole. Now we're going to draw butane. So butane will have no hydroxyl group, but you just have a 4 carbon chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the molecular weight here going to be 58. Okay, so you know that 2 OH group here will have a higher boiling point. Next is the one with have 1 OH group. And the other one is the one that have no OH group. And in between this one and this one, this will have a higher boiling point because of a higher molecular weight. Okay, so what you can say is that 1,3-propanediol and 1,2-ethanediol can form the same number of hydrogen bond, which is 2 OH group in the compound. But 1,3-propanediol will have a stronger van der Waals forces than 1,2-ethanediol. This is due to the increase in the molecular weight, which is 76 in comparison to 62. Therefore, you can say that 1,3-propanediol has the highest boiling point than 1,2-ethanediol and 1-propanol and butane. Meanwhile, 1-propanol has only 1 OH group and has a fewer number of hydrogen bond, which is 1 OH group. So this will causes the N-butane to be the having lowest boiling point because it cannot form any hydrogen bonding and has only weak van der Waals forces that existing between the N-butane molecule. And hence, the N-butane going to be the lowest boiling point. Okay, so you can say that the boiling point of 1,3-propanediol will be higher than 1,2-ethanediol and will be higher than 1-propanol and will be higher than N-butane. So this one going to be the highest boiling point. This one going to be the lowest boiling point. Okay. Now we're going to look into the tutorial question 4. So for the question 4, we have to arrange the compound in set of the decreasing solubility in water, and then we have to explain the answer. So for this question, to understand it more, I think it is advisable to write or to draw the structure. So let us draw the ethanol first. So ethanol going to have 2 carbon chain and attached with 1 OH group. Pentanol going to have 5 carbon chain and at carbon number 1 is going to be attaching with 1 OH group. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 OH group. So 1 pentanol. And as what you can see here, if you were to count the molecular weight of ethanol, you will get 58. Okay, so you can count it as like CH3, CH2, OH. Okay, and lastly you will get 58. And the molecular weight of pentanol going to be 72. The same thing you need to count. And hexanol, which have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're going to attach with 1 OH group. Okay, and the molecular weight of the hexanol going to be 86. So in this case, the factor here not going to be the number of the OH group, because the OH group is the same, one in each case, and they can form the same number of hydrogen bonding. What differ is their molecular mass. Okay, so the molecular mass will affect the solubility in water. So what you can say is that the solubility of water in ethanol is better than 1 pentanol and 1 hexanol, because the larger the alkyl group, it's going to increase the hydrophobic area and hence causes it to be less likely to dissolve in water. So 1 hexanol going to be the least soluble in water. Least soluble in water. Ethanol is the most soluble. So the explanation is that solubility in water will decrease with the increase in the molecular weight. Okay, solubility berkurang disebabkan oleh peningkatan molecular weight. And this is because of the hydrophobic area, which is the alkyl group, becomes bigger. So 1 hexanol has the lowest solubility because it has the highest or the biggest molecular weight, followed by 1 pentanol, which has the molecular mass of 72, and ethanol has the highest solubility because it has the smaller molecular weight, which is 58. Okay, so I think that's all for this video. See you again some other time. Bye.